Whether you're a die-hard fan or just looking for a good laugh, this monthly series promises to deliver the unexpected with a dash of humor. Tune in as Lance and BT dissect the what the fuck moments that make MMA and pro wrestling the exciting spectacles they are. It's time to let loose and embrace the madness with the WTF News Desk, where Lance and BT bring you the 10 strangest and most fun topics each month, leaving you entertained, amused, and eagerly awaiting the next episode.
We are live.
Very live.
304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas on a hot as F Thursday night. It is so hot here in Jonesboro. STS Pod, this is heat warning. STSpod.club production. This is WTF June 2024, and I'm telling you that right now because this is episode 1. Whoa. It's 160 of Cool Kids Countdown.
Wow.
160. And episode, this is even more impressive, and we're doing it. It's episode 860 of STSpod.com.
Woo!
Thanks, everyone. Thank
Celebration.
you.
We
Real
should play
quick,
Celebrate.
I just wanted to get something out. There's always rumors and stuff about Lance, but Lance sent me some fashion advice earlier this week, and I wanted to share it with everyone. He says, if you wear a black belt with a white suit, you are a poor. That's what he said. If you are a poor. And Lance, you know, we've been opening shows with me and you with a voicemail, and you send a voicemail. Well, this month, it's not from you.
Okay, good.
We got a I would say a famous person sending a voicemail. So let's go ahead and listen to it. Thanks, by the way. You send a voicemail or email us, please. Here we go.
Just leaving this voicemail. This is Joe. I would like for you to come to Austin to be on my podcast, but Lance is not invited. Let me know when you want to record. Just leaving this voicemail.
And you know what, Lance?
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
You know what I did?
You refused.
I did. I sent him a voicemail and I said, Joe,
package
I tell
deal.
you what, I'll never, ever, ever get on an experience with you. Because if I don't bring Lance and I have to put my pants on all the way to Austin, Texas, Lance got to go with me.
Package
so
deal.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right. We are Lance over there. I'm BT.
Yeah.
He's from Chicago, the home of the 2021 WNBA champions, the Chicago Sky. This Saturday, they'll be at the Los Angeles Sparks at Crypto.com Arena at 2 p.m. And, guys, that's 2 p.m. Central Time. It's an arc of excellence. My partner in crime, your friend of mine. Well, sometimes. He is Lance Levine, and we are the Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch of Sesame Street. And I won't tell you which one's Oscar the Grouch. So.
Two tastiest snacks.
Oh, I get confused.
Right.
What's up, Lance? Tell me about what we're doing.
I'm in the Pringles Bourbon Barbecue Studios this week, so very impressive. Those are good. You try those out. You got to find those. See if they have them
they'll be in Arkansas sometime next year. So
in 2030 or something.
Yeah, it took me. You said, "Hey, check out these Buffalo Cheetos," and I said 6 months later. Actually, it was probably about 3 months later. I actually talked to the Frito-Lay man, and he said, "Never heard of those."
Oh, come on. Jeez.
Couldn't believe it. Let me do some business real quick.
All right, let's
and then I'll get to let you get
before I
everything
tell you what we're doing.
Right. Dude, we had the fourth most audio plays in the history in July of this podcast.
That is one hell of a July.
Yeah, we reached a certain number last year. At the end of the year, we had a record year. This year, we already beat last year's record year sometime in July. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
849 was the number 3 most listened to episode. It was the Gene Jackson show. We went here to Jonesboro together. A fun show. WTF 852. And the number 1 episode, this really don't surprise me, but I appreciate it, guys. It was the bloopers and outtakes. And so people loved it. I had a good one today while I was recording. And I told the wife, I said, this one went on the bloopers. So tell us what we're doing and tell us what we're starting with, Lance.
Our illustrious intro guy said it's the WTF news desk for July of 2024. So where we analyze all the bizarre stories.
Tom Man. That was Tree.
What's his name?
Tree the Tom Man.
Okay, so he did a great job. He's a funny looking character, by the way.
He is
way funnier looking than either one of us. So anyway, so WTF News Desk, anybody can do news, but we do the weird stories in wrestling and MMA. So we start where we always do at number 10, at, top 10 countdown. So we start at 10. It's the stipulation match. Any idea where it comes from this month, BT?
Let me see. DDT?
Yeah, DDT.
There we go.
The Pringles. I'll give you a Pringles bourbon barbecue. So it's DDT's Fighting Beer Garden 2024 show. It was July 5th. It was in Ueno. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a Yuki Ueno or something in DDT. So the city is named after the guy or vice versa. 630 fans. The match was a no DQ, I quit match. And it was Antonio Honda. We've talked about him before. He Invisible Leonardo DiCaprio. So this was intriguing. I actually watched the match. So Leo quits, Invisible Leo DiCaprio. So ILD, he quits after he's put in a half crab. So this is like hilarious. They tried to get the Invisible Man, but he had a previous engagement. So DDT booked.
He's
Invisible
usually really
Leo.
busy.
He's very busy. Invisible Man, Claude Rains. So he booked the DDT booked Invisible Leonardo DiCaprio instead. Basically, this Honda does a one-man show. Like we've seen this before with Bryce Remsburg did the match where he was refereeing the 2 invisible guys. So the funniest part to me, I actually watched the match, was the ref asking, do you quit? Do you quit to the invisible guy? So they brawl into the crowd too. The whole thing was actually really funny. So I highly recommend. You can find it on YouTube. So, and then the other stip match I got to mention here is Dory Funk Jr. We talked about this before. 83 years old. He agrees to wrestle it this month in FMWE in an explosive barbed wire match. So I'm predicting smoke and mirrors. That's just my guess. I'm going out on a limb. There may
you don't even know what smoke and mirrors
I don't know what it is. I don't know what jobbers are either, apparently.
No, you
according
don't.
to you. So that is our stip match number 10 for the month of July.
Crazy. We have one of my best buddies, Sleazy E, does a lot of this. They do at the bar, no ring. They do, or they do it outside the bar and stuff. And then I always think of him when I see this, but I don't think he's ever had a match with an Invisible Man, Invisible Leonardo DiCaprio. But and what'd you say? The Fighting Beer Garden show. That's Fighting Beer. It's Garden, always got some kind of weird, weird name for the actual shows that don't translate at all. As always, Lance, you never do bad on number 10. I enjoy number
always
10.
Find the good stuff. So all right, at number 9 we have AEW signs a huge new deal. No, not that new deal. So our guy TK, he sees how much pub that WWE gets for presenting the Yankees and the Chiefs, all the champions with title belts. So TK signs AEW to a deal with Powerhouse Southland Conference. There we go. Over your head, over my head. So
okay, just tell me about
Southland Conference. So they're going to provide belts to all the team winners in all the sports for the Southland Conference. And there's also going to be belt presentations. So I'm looking forward to the chess club getting their belts because that's what I want to see. I want to see TK presenting the chess club with their belts. So one of the teams is the Stephen F. Austin State University Lumberjacks and Lady Jacks. That is one of the teams in the Southland Conference. It's all teams like that in colleges that you've never heard of. So I'm hoping that TK will get to the Scottsdale Community College Fighting Artichokes game and present the belt there. So here's a news flash, TK. Southland Conference, it ain't the NFL, it ain't MLB. So that is a big deal that they've got signed for AEW to get some more pub.
Big deal.
It's huge deal. I mean,
Big
the Southland Conference. Are you kidding me? That's a coup.
You put that, and I was like, huh? Where the hell? I was thinking, what the hell? Where the hell?
Exactly. Yeah. That is legitimately the team. Stephen F. Austin, State University Lumberjacks, and Lady Jacks. We don't want to forget about the Lady Jacks. I think you do the Lady Jack act on the weekend, right?
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
That's the weekend.
To me, this just all this stuff that they do, you could see a smaller promotion doing it, but when you want to look big and be big, and you do stuff like this, it just seems desperate.
It's like backwards or something. It makes them look small time. So, all right,
that's
number 8.
Said.
Yeah, that's right. The Lady Jack over there. So we got her coming up at number 5 too. So, all right, number 8 is our crime blotter. We got Darren Benedict, we got TK, and we got John Jones. So that is our roster on the crime blotter. So on July 3rd, Boston teacher Darren Benedict, he is known in chaotic wrestling. He's an announcer by the name of Reginald Kensington III. And we have sources saying that that's a heel name. We're not sure, but we have confirmation maybe that that's a heel. So he's charged with child enticement and dissemination of harmful material to minors. So he's caught in one of those police stings where he thought he was chatting with a 14-year-old girl. Disgusting. So Chaotic terminates him immediately. They say they have a zero tolerance policy. It's a total Dateline setup. So Darren Benedict, and that's how it's spelled too. Bye-bye Benedict. So that's our first one. So crime blotter number 2, we have.
You do understand that you just did a dick joke, right? It's one of your least favorite jokes in the world, but you did one.
But I don't do them every show. So
okay.
That's the difference. Yeah. So then we got TK, mentioning TK again. So he's accused in the court of Twitter by one @Technability of doxing, and he is reported to the FBI. So Tech, as I like to call him, we're insiders. So @Technability, Tech says AEW and TK are exposing private information and says he will provide proof of this fact. So sadly, @Technability later deleted his Twitter. So I knew I shouldn't have given TK my social security number. I thought I could trust him. I don't know why I sent it to him, but
if they were, this could be just a loon, but if they were doing anything where they're sharing data and stuff with the people that do tech, that do tickets, even though you go through a vendor. But I don't. As soon as he does, it just sounds like he's just trying to be cool by saying, or trying to be against AEW or stupid stuff like that, because you don't disappear. You keep doing this case and saying, look, this is what's happening.
If it's true, you keep going. So, and then finally, our old friend John Jones, we've had him many times. He pleads not guilty on July 17th to the assault charges for grabbing Crystal Martinez's phone when she showed up in March for that drug test. So he denies profanity was used. He says
John Jones is a good Christian athlete. He wouldn't do that.
He was agitated because they woke him up from a nap. And I know how you get.
I hate that.
You are the nap king. I
am the nap king. Yes.
I am the sleep is for pussies guy, but you are the nap king. So if somebody wakes you from a nap, you're probably using profanity.
Dude, I bitched because they had tornado signs. If you want to see something, go to YouTube and type Jonesboro tornado, and the wife and I had a nap during that tornado, and I was mad. I was mad when they woke me up with sirens, just to let you know.
That's right. So John Jones, we're maybe going to cut him some slack on this one because they woke him up from a nap. All right. At number 7, we have July is the
Hold on. You're not looking at the format. Did you not look at the format?
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
What do we got coming up, Lance?
Oh, boy. Here we go.
You ready?
Batten down the hatches, folks.
You ready?
Get ready. I'm nervous.
yes. 208 days since an incident. And if you just joined us, WTF, Lance, what did you see on the screen? Tell them what they were saying in case this is an audio version or this is the first WTF they've ever listened to.
What was the number?
208.
208. Okay, so it's been 208 days since our good friend, our co-host here at BT has shat his pants. So that is the last time. So we're running the streak, 208, man. We're hoping maybe at this point the year is within reach.
It is. I'm feeling good. I thought I remember people messaging me congratulating me on 100 days.
Now
and so this 200
doubled it and then some.
Oh man.
Feeling good.
Let's get to 7.
Feeling good. So we're not moving the goalposts like some people in podcasting do. So all right. Number 7, it's July is the anti-month, and we're featuring Dustin Rhodes, TK again, and Hulk Hogan. So Dustin Rhodes tweets on July 22nd, please stop using the term jobber. He says it's disgraceful. He prefers enhancement talent, and he says hashtag keep stepping. So I think that this is a sign of like PTO, like we debate that term all the time. PTO instead of vacation, custodial engineer instead of janitor, flight attendant, I think this is all snowflakery nation. So some of the replies, a lot of the replies were in favor, were on his side, but the best one to me was at WhoDayBaby9851, who replies, okay, jobber, to Dustin. So you have an opinion on that.
I agree with Dustin because it's so misused, the word jobber. I don't enhancement talent or whatever.
Yeah.
But a jobber is and most people just label a jobber as someone that loses. That's really not it. It's someone that number one, don't have a contract. They're just in there. They, no matter what, and they don't get any offense whatsoever. Go back and watch old Memphis Wrestling in a Moondogs match, and you'll see them against some jobbers. So that I agree with them. I don't like the word jobber. I don't know why, but and mainly because you use it all the time and you use it wrong. You're just like everybody that loses a match is a jobber.
Loses all the time. All the time.
You got wrestlers that are Anthony Henry. Is he a jobber?
You know what? You could make that argument. He loses all the time in AEW. He does. I love the guy, but he loses. They miscast him like crazy because the guy's great and they have him lose every damn match. So, okay, jobber. So next up is
that wasn't even funny.
Next up is our guy TK. Now, TK going for the record 3 mentions in a row in one WTF. I think this is a record. I'll have to do the research. So TK is upset with Conan. Shout out to our guy Joe Feeney. So he referred to Ty Mello on the podcast as a chick. So he says TK was livid at him for using that word. And Conan also adds cryptically about TK's secret behavior that will eventually come out and, quote, what goes around comes around. Have your fun while you can. So it's got me thinking, wasn't there some other mention like about TK and the Japanese, like Omega and the Japanese girls or something?
Well, we know that about Omega and the Japanese girls, and the guys, if what you believe. Allegedly, if you believe what we have read before.
Yeah.
And, to each its own. I don't really care.
Not call Ty Mello a chick.
I say this all the time, and you too, you will buy the book. The first person who writes a book about AEW, we're gonna be doing this.
Yeah.
Oh yes. What's the shit? There's so much stuff going on, and we got one coming up. Yeah. That's pretty much what it's about. So there you go.
And then finally, in anti-month, we have Hulk Hogan has released Real American Beer. Now we're insiders. We call it RAB.
Yeah, hell yeah, baby.
RAB. So in his introduction of Real American Beer, he's accused of being racist by one Essence Janai, who was a brand ambassador for RAB. But she claims she was fired after one day after Hulk found out that she was black.
Okay, so here we go.
These are charges, accusations.
No, I got some evidence here.
Okay, all right.
I want you to let me make sure I know which one it is. I think it's this one. That's wrong.
Don't put up that one. Don't put up.
Here we go. And I want you to look. I want you to look at the face of Hulk Hogan really closely. Here we go. If you're not watching the visual version of this,
you need to watch.
Y'all are missing out.
Yeah. Wait, is that Essence Janae?
That is her.
That's her? Okay. I think she's black. Yeah. I'll go along with that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
She is hot. Yeah, well, there's that too. Yeah.
But look at his face. You could see it was a shock.
Yeah.
He goes, wait,
what?
She's black?
So
what?
she says she had a 1-week contract. She was fired after 1 day. And what's got her talking about it is she was replaced by 2 white women.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The RAB, the Real American Beer people, deny all allegations. So Hulk making some bad decisions regardless. We have some more Hulk bad decisions coming up later in this episode. But, July, just anti-month all across the board. She is hot. She is hot. Yes, she is. She's attractive.
All right. I almost hit the wrong button and left the studio.
Oh, that would have been a damn shame.
Oh, man. Here we go. Number 6. This is fun. Number 6 is fun.
Melts takes heat 4. You name it. Melts takes the heat. So we got Seth's freaking blouse. We got the Saul versus Kalani match. And we got Michael Cole's CM Punk flub. So Meltzer taking heat. So July 30th, Meltzer criticizes the Rollins promo where he's wearing a referee's blouse, basically giving instructions to Punk and Drew for the SummerSlam match. So the shirt was stupid, but it is his gimmick. And Dave
is. I told you, that's what you said. You texted me and said, what did you think? And I said, it's his gimmick.
Yeah, it's his gimmick. So Dave's argument was it took away from a very serious program, between Punk and Drew. So I agree with that, but it didn't keep me up at night.
Oh, well, obviously you agree with Dave. I mean, you're going to agree with him no matter what. Yeah.
So anyway, Dave takes the heat for it. So, of course, if it was AEW, Dave would have liked the shirt.
He would have liked the shirt. Yeah.
And then at Deep Cover Kiwi 95 says, "Put the fries in the bag, bro." I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Put the fries in the bag, bro. So anyway, so Dave took the heat for that. So the next one is Dave's opinion of the July 7th Kalani Jordan versus Saul Ruka match in NXT at Heatwave. So a very gymnastic match, 2 rookie girls. It was very choreographed, 2 great athletes for sure. And both girls have a ton of potential. So at AEW Neckbeard puts up a video basically saying that it was copied from the famous Ricochet versus Will Ospreay match from years ago in New Japan. And Dave gave them 4 3/4 stars, but the girls only got 3.5 stars. So to me, this is a lighten up Francis moment. So
if you're lighting up Francis, what the fuck does that mean? It's the stupidest thing ever.
Stripes. It's from that great movie Stripes.
What year is this? Look at a movie sometime in the 2000s.
It's a classic.
Hey, let me tell you, I give Dave hell all the time.
I know you said you had an explanation for that.
I defended him. What they did
was... Of course you defended him.
He's not my lover like you. But there was a clip of that match. It was the same thing as just one spot that they did. And the guy that I got into an argument with said the reason Dave gave it 3.5 was because it was girls. You know me, I'm not a fan of girl wrestling. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was sloppy. I liked that one spot, but it was gymnastically sloppy in the sense that these girls work out together all the time. It should have been better. But it wasn't a 5-star match. That was the part and that guy accused me. He said something like, go drink the Kool-Aid or something like that.
Put the fries in the bag, bro.
Yeah. There, fries are in the bag, bro.
So some of the comments that Dave took on this one were, if it had happened in Tokyo Dome, ... Dave hates women. There was that one. Dave hates WWE. There was that one. Dave is an AEW shill. So, but the best one was at Keith2730 said Meltzer is a F-tard effer. So that was
F-tard effer. I'm going to use that. I'm mad at you. F-tard effer.
F-tard effer. So then finally, July 29th, Michael Cole on Raw says that the SummerSlam match with Drew will be Punk's first WWE singles match in 10.5 years. Dave calls that out immediately on calls it out that it'll be his third match since returning in November. So Dave takes heat for that one because WWE stands say that house shows don't count. They don't count, So comments include Tony Khan isn't going to fuck you. That one was a costume. The other comment, he said televised. He did not say televised. And then at Punkscene says, "You're so fat and dumb, David." That was his response on the CM Punk controversy.
We can talk about Dave a lot, but we can never call him fat. So there you go.
Yeah. So, and then lastly, this isn't a Dave taking heat, but
Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley. So is he still working there? I haven't seen him in a while. So side note, this is not something that Dave took heat for, but I feel we need to mention this. In the Al Blake obituary, that was the Vladimir Petrov obituary recently, Dave's running down his career and his post-wrestling life. He casually says he was arrested for drug dealing and running a whorehouse in Minnesota. And I'm like, wait, can we get some more information on the running a whorehouse in Minnesota stuff? I'm like,
did you do a Google search or anything? I didn't do it.
Just glosses right past it.
Yeah,
just a
I'll have to look into that.
Running a whorehouse in Minnesota. I'm like, wait, what? What was that? Seeing if anybody caught that part. So anyway, that is Dave taking heat at number 6 this month.
All right, guys, you know what this means. It means we got to take a commercial break. If we don't go over an hour, you get to watch all the show right here on the live stream. I almost said stream. The live stream.
Put the fries in the bag, bro.
Live stream, you can watch it all. But first, we'll go a commercial break. Here's the upcoming events on Memphis Wrestling.
Woo!
Memphis Wrestling is on the road. Join us live. Next Saturday, August 24th, is the Tatertown Throwdown Part 2 in Gleason, Tennessee, benefiting the Gleason Beta Clubs. Next Sunday, August 25th, The Sandman is coming to Memphis Wrestling, presented by Ghost River Brewing. Meet the Sandman at our VIP experience. Then, join us for AEW All In. It's free to watch at Dave & Buster's in Memphis. Saturday, September 7th, Memphis Wrestling returns to the Dyer County Fair for Generations of Champions. Sunday, September 15th, Memphis Wrestling is live at the Wrestle Center, featuring the return of Jonathan Gresham. Saturday, September 20th, Memphis Wrestling returns to Ingomar School in New Albany, Mississippi, benefiting Ingomar Baseball. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
And what time is it? Here's the time. All right, it's halftime.
Woo!
All right, I want to talk about something. We talked about it just a little bit on text messaging. I think it was Monday, and I've been thinking about it all week. What you had said. She's hot. No, that's not the one.
Essence Janai.
You talked about. We talked about. You said something about Monday Night Raw was sold out, and you said they don't even have Cody or Roman. Yeah. And I just sent back just a little bit of something. So WWE is an event. And so it kind of makes me think maybe that's part of it. But I really think that they have made Damian Priest and the whole storyline there, I really think they've made them stars, that they are the Codys and the Romans now. And something that took a while, but they're big deals. What do you think?
Yeah, they've built them from the ground up. It's funny, we joke about the Damian Priest, you picked him for breakout star so many years ago, and now look at the guy. He's there. For sure he's there. And we've talked about this many times too, where they're trying to get the new Latin babyface superstar that they've never been able to create after Rey Mysterio. This guy could be there. It's so obvious to me when they have him slip into Spanish. He slips into speaking Spanish every so often, and it's like they're trying so hard, and it's worked.
I want to tell you that the thing about it is if you've ever been around a person that speaks bilingual, they do that all the time. And instead of not instead of making him not do that, they've done
They're
it.
encouraging it.
Yeah,
I'm sure
and
they're
the
encouraging
fans, they love. I mean, they love that. And we talked about this too. It was funny because after we talked about it, about not just AEW, we said, well, what's some of the things that really make WWE so hot? And we said, I need to just get the clip that says hot like that. Is the just the little details, because me and you've been watching the business forever, and then we're questioning what's going to happen. We kind of know what's going to happen, but we don't know 100%. But it's just those little, like walking down the hallway and you see Dom come out of Liv's dressing room months ago. Just little things like
planting
that.
The seeds.
And you don't like him, but Eric Bischoff actually said the same exact thing the very same week that we were talking. He said it is all about the details of the story is what's getting WWE. And the Netflix deal to me, and they mentioned this during the business meeting last week, I really think it's just going to be boom, more and more and more. And with the TKO thing, UFC it's just so huge. It's almost like, I think WWE feels more like, to me, like a legit sport like UFC does now. They feel like a NBA, more so than a WNBA, more than that. I mean, a NASCAR. They feel like they're all in that now instead of that. Wrestling that everyone calls it. So
they've adapted a lot of the camera shots and the way they go to commercial and the way they come back and stuff. They've adapted a lot of that to be more like sports. I agree. I think that might be like some of the UFC crossover, some of the same people working for both groups or something.
I watched the show and
making it more sporty.
There's just no comparison to any product out there. They've always been like that, but they seem to be so far ahead now.
Yeah, and what you're saying about Damian and Rhea, they built Rhea from the ground up, and they've got her turned into a killer. They've got
star.
And what I'll say too is Liv's been there for many years now. Liv's been there many years. This is the best she's ever been as far as a character, as far as promos, as far as even in the ring, she's passable for sure in the ring. This usage of all of them has been absolutely perfect. They came up with all of this, Judgment Day, the breakup and the split and who's going to go face. And they came up with all of this, and it could have sucked. It could have bombed. And all of them are playing their roles perfectly. That's another thing.
I agree. All right, guys, that was halftime. All right, halftime. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get it, Lance.
Hey, I just realized if that's halftime, then maybe we should be calling the Patreon overtime.
Oh, wow.
That's a thought. Just came to mind. So, all right, I know I blew you away. So number 5 is smut, social media uproar time. Don't get your mind out of the gutter. It's not the other kind of smut. We got Sky Blue's action figure. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. So we got Sky Blue's action figure. We got Giselle's going to do what? We got TK and Shane O'Mac, and we got Val Venus versus Matt Kuhn. So on July 27th, Ringside Collectibles announces that there's going to be a Sky Blue action figure. I don't care. I could care less about the dolls and the action figures and stuff, although I do have the CM Punk pop figure over here. So, but I was excited for the reaction because I knew that the IWC, knowing that there's a Sky Blue doll, is going to get crazy. So sure
she
enough,
is hot.
She is hot. That's true. But I don't care about the doll, So anyway, so some of the comments, love them cheeks. That was one of the best responses on Twitter. Definitely want this was another one. And at Mr. Ping says, she's legit my favorite wrestler. I'm like, what? Sky Blue is your favorite wrestler? Mr. Ping, you need to expand your horizons, my friend.
I emailed these guys as soon as they showed that. And I emailed and I
love
said,
them cheeks.
Can you get life size ones of this? And They were mad.
And they responded back to you, put the fries in the bag.
No, they said creep is
Yeah,
what
they
said
reported you to Benedict or whatever his name is, Dateline USA. So, all right, July 9th, promoting TNA's Slammiversary PLE that's coming up on July 20th. Our friend Giselle Shaw, we like Giselle Shaw, she tweets, most people are going to say they're coming, but Giselle's going to make you come. And that was the comment. I'm like, wait,
Didn't she spell it C-U-M also?
She did not spell it that way.
Okay, all right.
But I say she can't blame that one on the translation. Like we've had Sheeta in the past. Sheeta has said stuff like that, and we know it's just lost in translation. Giselle's going to make you come. That was her claim. So then finally, or no, we got two more. So July 31st, the photo breaks of Shane O'Mac in TK's office. The photo leaks out.
Yeah, it was leaked.
Leaks out. Yeah, like bunny ears on that. So causes a little bit of talk and speculation. Not exactly an avalanche of interest in this. Nobody knows why, but it's posted on a Wednesday. So the speculation is that it was posted to create curiosity and ratings for Dynamite that night. So I'm like, not really. And I mean, they were against the Olympics anyway. So not really. So anyway, could he sign there? I mean, he could. Or is he bargaining for a WWE return? Bottom line is, who cares? If TK is going to sign Maximum Male Models and push these guys, he'd probably take Shane. So Shane,
Shane. I would
he's
have
not a needle mover, though.
No, not at all. I would have him, just do what he did in WWE, maybe 4 shows a year.
No idea. Still no idea what that whole thing was about. Publicity stunt on some level.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally, we have Val Venus, who now I think he's more famous for being an asshole online than he was.
Oh, yeah, very much so, yeah.
So anyway, he gets into a spat with IWC spokesman Matt Kuhn. Kuhn somehow obtained the domain valvenus.com out from under him. So he owns it. So, and he makes it into a link it's a link to sites that support LGBTQ causes. Since Sean Morley is very obviously anti-LGBT. So he says, tell your lawyer to contact me today, all in caps. So that's the big dispute. We're hoping to see some more bloodshed between Matt Kuhn and valvenus.com. He wants that damn website.
And Matt, that last episode of that last podcast he did was a record. I just want y'all to know. Val Venus also did, well, I don't want to say that because I think it was this month. So, yeah, Venus is quite a character. I've had my share of THC, but he is the perfect example of a person that smokes way too much weed. It might be way too much. Maybe killing some of those brain cells. So.
Might be the problem.
Yeah.
All right. At number 4, we got the tangled web of MJF, Britt Baker, and Adam Cole.
Hold on. Don't we have something I got to put up?
We do. Yeah, put that up. So you can put that up while I'm telling the story. So tangled web, MJF, Britt Baker, and Adam Cole, oh my. So we start with Britt Baker getting suspended on July 17th by AEW's disciplinary committee. I think that's the picture you're looking for.
There it is, right there.
There we go. There is AEW's disciplinary committee. So allegedly,
if you're not watching, it's a bunch of monkeys in a suit.
In an office. Monkeys in the office. So we've got Britt Baker. She gets suspended. She said something about MJF. And noted reporter and rat Alicia Atut, who is now MJF's girlfriend.
No.
Alleged rat.
Allegedly. Did you say that? Okay.
She was with that Richard Holiday guy in MLW, and then I think she was with Hammerstone in MLW. So now she's with
sex
MJF.
with a wrestler.
So anyway.
You don't know what a rat is. What do you do?
I don't know what a jobber is. I don't know what a rat is. I don't know what a lot of things are. So anyway, Britt allegedly said something about MJF. She heard it. Atut heard it and reported it back to MJF. MJF storms into the women's locker room. So when I heard that, all I could think of is there's like in Dusty Rhodes' voice, I'm hearing there's a man in the ladies' bathroom. I'm like, I don't know what that's even from, but I know it's from something. So there's a man in the ladies' locker room. So the HR investigation finds that DDS is at fault, not MJF, and they suspend her for 2 weeks. Go figure that one out. Not the guy who barged into the women's locker room. What if he would have seen Sheeta or Mina Shirakawa naked? That would have
he would not have cared. There's nobody. He wouldn't have been able to tell them apart. So it would have been
racist. All right. So the talent sides with Britt. what did she say? Is she anti-Burberry? Is she anti-jobber? I don't know what's going on. So then on top of that, Adam Cole reveals on his podcast, he does a podcast with Evil Uno. That's got to be enthralling. He says that he's been busy lately. Despite his injury, he's moving to Pennsylvania by myself, is the quote, leading to speculation that he and DDS have split. So what a tangled web. Is Adam Cole being loyal to his bro Chacho MJF in this whole thing? And he split with Britt because of that. So
No,
tangled web at number 4.
It was not because of that, but yeah, just horrible. I think it's the monkeys or not. It's the people in the dressing room. They're acting like children. It's every time, ever since CM Punk, that footage showed up and he was on the podcast where he talked about it. And then it's almost everybody talks about the backstage, and we can't wait for the book.
Yeah,
so there you
we
go.
Need the book. So, all right, number 3, we got politics is wrestling and wrestling is politics. So WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump survives a bizarre assassination attempt on July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania. I told you, I'm pretty sure I saw more blood from Tony Storm than there was on his ear in that attack. So thankfully he survived. That's good. And then secondly, we have the Republican National Convention featuring such stellar speakers as Hulk Hogan, Dana White, and the always entertaining Linda McMahon on July 18th. So Linda says that Trump brought WWE some of their highest ratings ever. He did not. And that also at this point, she's donated $10 million to the Trump campaign, also known as "Please hire me, Donald." That's pretty much what.
Actually, they say she may end up with a position, but I don't like talking politics, guys. I don't like number 3.
So then we have Hulk speaking at the RNC. What is the thought process, Mr. Nanny? We got to get that guy. He'll be a great speaker. We got to bring him in. So he does a wrestling promo. He rips his shirt.
Who even remembers that? Boy, you need to watch a movie that was made after 2019.
The worst Hulk Hogan movies there were, and that one was at the top.
That was
of the
pretty
list.
awesome.
So, and then finally, Dana White, president of USC, he calls Trump an American badass.
That's right, motherfuckers.
He says that Trump is willing to risk it all because he loves the country. So I'm just saying, this fall, man, it's Kamala versus Trump is going to be WWE come to life.
It should be fun. Should be fun. All right, I've got plenty to say, but I'm not. I just don't do politics.
I know you're not a politician. I'm really not either. But I just
I know. And then when you put something on Twitter political, I just cringe. I go,
So all right, number 2. This was one you found. It was Goober visits Jim Cornette. So don't. I'm just about to barf. So can we get the monkeys back?
Oh man, let's do this.
So Goober visits Jim Cornette.
I thought this was going to be number 1. Jeez.
We got Cornette's drive-through podcast. Our guy JC tells of some doofus fan that shows up at his house wanting to meet him, and he parks on his lawn. That was the part that pissed off Cornette so much. So Cornette loses his mind at the guy, kicks him out. Literally, get off of my lawn. That was a get off of my lawn moment. So obviously, Cornette tells the story in a really funny manner. Him losing his temper is always entertaining. But my question is, how did this fucking idiot get his address? How do these idiot weird fans find these people?
You give me 5 minutes, I'll tell you where Jim Cornette lives.
It was.
I'm serious. Story. I think it's at one time was on his website. Mm-hmm. If not, we know what city he lives in, and enough that's been mentioned on his show. You could probably easily find it. So
you keep hearing these stories about the female wrestlers, especially that say, "Don't come to my house." You know, like I keep seeing those posts, like "Stop coming to my house." You know, like how are these? God, it's scary how these.
I would have loved for this guy to respond because I want to know. You know, it's one of those moments where what was you thinking?
Yeah,
what was you thinking, Jim Cornette? You know, he thought it was a package. I thought it was really funny the way he was talking about it. But and then it kind of to me, it's one of those things where after the fact. I might be mad and everything, but after the fact, I'm going, should I put some cameras up here
Yeah.
on my some kind of security, because this
Yep.
is scary as hell.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, like I said, all the girls that I see posting this on Twitter, like, don't come to my
Well,
house.
we've had, Sonya Deville. There was a bunch
Yeah,
of people. Yeah,
right,
we've
exactly.
had crazy people. Crazy.
So, all right, number one is Roger is dating Liv Morgan is the top story this month. So it's an online weird by the name of Roger. He says he's dating Liv Morgan. So
it's an online what?
Online weird. He's an
You
online
call him?
weird.
You call Roger weird?
Yeah, a little bit. So he might be getting catfished. That's our speculation. So his wife, unbelievable. As the story is progressing, you find out he's got a wife. So his poor wife Lori goes to social. There he is. Goes to social catfishing site for help. She says he's had affairs in the past, and they are still married. She's put up with all of his crap. She says other women are communicating with Roger and claiming to be Liv Morgan. So Roger tells Liv that his wife Lori is dying of cancer, and that they can then be together. So this is just, the whole thing is just so messed up. So Roger looks like, if you see him here, he looks like a hippie Santa Claus. So this poor wife, this poor woman is married to this guy for 31 years. And this goof has already sent Liv Morgan, well, who he thinks is Liv Morgan, $4,000. He's a line cook. He's been a line cook for 30 years. They have 3 kids together. Roger says, I call her Champ. And he says he always wanted to be a wrestler. So he's got her a $1,200 ring. He's proposed, and Liv Morgan has accepted. So very, very lucky. Happy. Congrats to you, Liv. Roger makes Dom look like a catch. That much I'll say. So the bizarre thing, it gets weirder. The wife is taking him to Raw in September so that they can meet with Liv. And then they revealed the social catfishing site. They revealed everything to Roger, and he just took it very nonchalantly. Like, that woman that you're dealing with is not really Liv Morgan. He's like, okay, he just goes on. And if you're
watching the video, I've just put with no sound. We just saw pictures of the people we're talking about. But
the real victim here is that wife, that poor wife putting up with his
I
shit
do.
for 31 years.
I feel sorry for her. Yeah. If I was her, I would get on out of there. A weird thing is, you're talking about a blue collar guy who you said, he works as a line cook, and that's not an easy job. Have you ever worked in restaurants, Lance?
I have when I was in high school, yes.
And it's not an easy job. No. It's really not. So, but he's spending all this money,
with 3 kids.
When I go to OnlyFans, I only spend $5 on those middle-aged
Moose.
Moose has a page. So yeah. I don't do that. I just and I've said this before on the show, Lance, Catfish is one of my favorite shows. I've watched every season. One of my favorite things, one time someone catfished another person for 1.5 to 2 years, and it was because the person had called her fat at a party. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you get catfished for because of stuff you said. They made fun of somebody gay one time, and this girl was catfishing them. There is a podcast, and this is a pretty popular podcast. I just want to put it over when we're going through this catfishing stuff. It's called Sweet Bobby is the name of it. And if you like catfish, this may be the biggest elaborate catfish story you've ever heard. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This person had over 30 different Facebook and was catfishing this poor woman. I think it went close to 10 years.
Wow.
And so here's the deal, Lance. Since this is a catfish story, me and you, I'm going to give them some advice, all right? If the person will not come up on cam during the first 3 weeks that you talk to somebody, they're not real.
Yeah. I think that's common sense. Common sense.
All right, guys. Another fun week. Fun month. I appreciate it. Fun. I told Lance before we started recording, before the mics, that we weren't recording because he usually cusses a lot before the mics. So I don't usually do that.
Motherfucker, you cocksucker!
That's not me or AI me either.
Shoot job. We both have shoot jobs. Unfortunately, we don't make a living doing a podcast. And just like everybody out there listening to us on a Thursday night, you have shit weeks, great weeks. I love my job, but all I did was look forward to sitting down with Lance. I can't believe I even said that out loud.
Woohoo! Woo!
And so we thank you for joining us. Thank you for helping us set a record that I didn't think we would ever break again. Well, thank you. Also, same bad time, same bad channel on the best little wrestling podcast in the business. Be there. And as everybody knows this.
Yep.
I love my mama.
Yep. And as everyone knows, I have fun everywhere I go. I got so much good stuff coming up. I got Pretenders next week. I got what else do I got? I got Styx. I got John Waite. I got so many concerts coming up, and I've got All Out or All In or whatever it's called. Not Wembley, the other one.
Look,
Chicago. Yeah.
All right, there we go. Thank y'all, guys.
Stay with us.